Hi everyone, welcome to midday.com and joining us are two stars of Roadies. So we have Moose and Gaurav. Hi guys, how are you?
Hi
Hello. Hi,
Natasha.
Hello,
Gaurav.
hi.
Hi Moose.
So firstly, of course, we have to ask you about your journey. So if there's anything you'd like to sum up your journey with and any interesting behind the scenes moments as well. So please tell us.
I think Moose should take this one first.
Yeah.
Moose, go for it. So Moose.
Yeah, but G had done it. I think G ने जो किया था वो थोड़ा सा different था because this time we were in pairs. So technically it was like do or die. Like either with my buddy pair or you're out. So for me it was like very very crucial that whatever happens to us in the game happens together. खेलना है, perform करना है, should be together and 100%. So मेरी journey थोड़ी सी otherwise lonely rahi hai. I think for me, my only support in the game was G for a long time. And uske karke, we had a good time. I did have a good journey.
Yeah.
But I think the funniest part is G would scream a lot during tasks. Matlab, he was the angriest person in every task. He was the angriest. चाहे हम अच्छा कर रहे हो, चाहे हम बुरा कर रहे हो, he was just like फाड़ू फाड़ू. He's like कर ये कर ये कर. And I was like okay. And I think that was good because that also because मेरे में ना वो इतना I've never done roadies task before. So I think having G by my side was actually easier because मेरे को मतलब I've done Big Boss before. Big Boss में ऐसे नहीं होते task. You know, it's different.
Yeah.
So G's like constant screaming and I think the motivation that helped. So my journey was good and because मैंने Big Boss में किया था पहले, like we had a connection.
Yeah.
तो इसमें the buddy pair thing I knew I could do well. मतलब in the sense कि अगर साथ में बहाना है like that I can do. With voting हमें कभी प्रॉब्लम नहीं आई कि इसको वोट करना है ये वो. We didn't have as many disagreements. एक disagreement थी उसमें भी हमारा agree हो गया था. So for us it was a good journey with G and otherwise a bit lonely but it was good.
Thank you for the kind words, Moose. Like always, I'll start from. So last time when I did Roadies, this is technically my third reality show, and it's been the most challenging, different, and unique. Because the last time around when we did Roadies, it was the format was with gang leaders. There was Run By, there was there was Prince, there was Neha, all these people there. So it was at any given point of time, we did have mentors or leaders to reach out to understand the game, how it's going to be played, all of that, right? Even during the tasks, the performances, there was a huge input that came from these people, right? Because of the experience they've had. इस बार जब हम कर रहे थे तो वो एक तो वो फॉर्मेट हट गया, इट्स बडी पेस एंड देन वी वर द सीनियर्स दिस टाइम अराउंड. तो चाहते ना चाहते हमारे ऊपर एक जिम्मेदारी है, राइट? एंड लाइक मूस सेड, राइटली शी सेड दैट आप लाइक एज अ बडी पेयर यू आर इन द सेम बोट, राइट? नैया पार होगी तो साथ में पार होगी, डूबोगे तो साथ में डूबोगे. इट्स एज सिंपल एज दैट, राइट? सो ऑप्शन नहीं था in terms of कि जो हमारा बडी पे फॉर्मेट है, we just have to stick to that. I mean, that's the part of the game, right? And those are the rules that we have subscribed to when the day we signed up for the show. So that was that, and I think उस महीने में काफी interesting था for me also as a person, since the last time when I did Roadies to then Splitsvilla and then again Roadies this time. Last time when I did it, it was 6 years ago. I was a very, very different person back then. I was more. There's a lot more aggression. I was, also kind of trying to figure myself out as a person. But over these past 6 years, especially the past 2 years during the lockdown, there's been a lot of mental, emotional, and spiritual growth for me. So I think being able to play that role and responsibility came a little naturally to me. And when we, like I said, the buddy pair format, and Moose also said, we guys decided to pair up, and it just happened like, we just had this one conversation in the afternoon, and we vibed, and then we were like, okay, chal yaar, साथ में करते हैं. I knew I had seen Moose Jattana in Big Boss OTT, right? And I was like, dude, this woman, this girl is like a ticking bomb all the time because she's so strong, she's so opinionated. She'd not shy away from putting a point forward, and that's why she is where she is. So मेरे लिए ये था यार, ये टाइम बॉम्ब या तो दूसरी साइड जा सकता है या अपनी साइड आ सकता है. So I was like, अपनी साइड ही रखते हैं, and that's where it started from. But it's beautiful to see. I think एक बड़ा organically हमारा एक relationship, एक friendship develop हो गया. Even now, it's still the same. Like she said, during tasks, it was because I'm like, we got to kill it. Like very unlike Big Boss. Here tasks की जो importance है बहुत होती है. अगर बिग बॉस में आप टास्क हार भी जाते हो, people like you, they're still going to save you, right? But here if you lose the task, You don't have immunity. If you don't have immunity, you are exposed, which means you could be going out. And since day one, we've been targeted as a pair. So that was that. I think जो हमारी on during the task वाली aggression थी, वो मेरी जिम्मेदारी थी. And जो हमारी off task वाली जिम्मेदारी थी, to put a point forward, I think that belonged to Moose a lot. And there was a very, very beautiful understanding between us. And ये कोई said या unsaid understanding नहीं थी, ये बस थी. Right? She respected the kind of aggression I came with, or the kind of force I came with in the tasks, and I respected the person and the opinions and the strength she has as a person, mentally and physically and emotionally, off the field. So yeah.
And like you said, you guys have been obviously targeted and are out early in the game. So was that something you all felt obviously like it wasn't right, and because you all were competition, so obviously people would target you. So
ये जो target वाला fundamental है ना, ये मैं पिछले अपने तीनों reality shows में देखता आया हूँ, right? And I just somehow feel that it's just a part of the game, yeah. And I kind of actually take it as a compliment if people are targeting me, then they do see something. It's either competition, or they're afraid or something. I mean, that puts me ahead in the game actually. So that was my advice to Moose day one, and I told her, Moose, you're a strong personality. People know here that I'm a strong personality. I can do tasks well, and so can you. So the moment we decide to pair up, we are going to be targeted. So let's get used to that. Right. And even during the first workout, we got targeted, and there were a lot of things happening with Moose, a lot of new roadies, and even the ex-ones were kind of misunderstanding this person, right? Because I know Moose personally, and if you sit down with her, have like real genuine conversations, there's no way you're not liking this girl, right? You're going to love this girl as a person, right? So I actually had to tell her, Moose, okay, I appreciate the fact that you have opinions, right? Let's put them forward, but this is a very different game. If we burn a lot of bridges, then it might become difficult to survive in the game. So yeah, I mean, that's just I am not afraid of being targeted in a reality show or in my personal life, right? As long as this is clean, it's all good. Yeah, bring it on.
Yeah, and Moose, of course, people had seen a different side of you in Big Boss, so was that something also that you wanted to show, a completely different side of your personality, which is why you took up Roadies?
No, yeah, sort of. I went into Roadies very angry, I'll be honest. Like, I never watched Roadies, I hadn't watched it. So I don't know, I didn't know the format, kaise hota hai. And I went in a very angry person. So I was also very defensive. I was like, mujhe koi bhi kuch bolega, so I'm gonna now get back to you. Because after Big Boss, like, I had some baggage or whatever. Reality show se mera thoda sa gussa tha. So when I went on to the show first week, तो मेरा ऐसे ही निकल गया. मतलब people वैसे ही, मतलब Moose ने ये बोल दिया, Moose ने ये कर दिया, Moose ने वो बोल दिया. And I was also like, okay, मैं किसी का ठीक ही नहीं कर रही हूँ, जो भी है. तो मेरा पहला हफ्ता ऐसे निकल गया. Then I think Gaurav sat down with me and he was like, can you chill out? He was like, थोड़ा सा chill, यहाँ पे मजे भी कर सकते हैं. He was like, you can have fun here. And I was like, okay, we will have fun. So उसके बाद जाके थोड़ा ठीक हुआ. Like second and third vote out में फिर भी I had friends. यहाँ पे मैं कह सकती हूँ ओके मे बी यहाँ से शायद वोट ना आए, या फिर अगर वोट आया है तो इट्स ओनली बिकॉज वे कंपटीशन. फर्स्ट वोट आउट में ये था कि सारे कह रहे थे Moose नेगेटिव है, Moose ऐसे है, Moose ऐसे है. एंड आई वाज लाइक आई एम एक्चुअली नॉट दैट बैड ऑफ अ पर्सन, पर तुम भी तो फिर नेगेटिव हो ना. तो फर्स्ट वोट आउट हमारा थोड़ा ऑफ था. अगर हम फर्स्ट में निकल जाते तो मी एंड गौरव वुड नॉट हैव बीन हैप्पी. थर्ड में जाके द ओनली थिंग दैट आई वाज ओके विद वाज दैट जिस तरीके से हम निकले हैं, वी प्लेड वेल. We didn't do anyone dirty. हमने झूठ नहीं बोला है. And even in tasks, उसी हफ्ते ना, उसी vote out से पहले, me and Gaurav had done really well in both of the tasks. So kayaking में भी we had killed it, and we like जब हम लोग एक दूसरे के साथ खड़े थे ना टास्क करने के बाद, we knew that okay हमने 100% दिया है. So that felt good. And then बंजी वाले में we were the fastest. So तब निकल के ना फिर भी लगा कि okay we've performed, we've done well. इससे ज्यादा कुछ नहीं कर सकते. Like you can't make people be genuine or not lie. ऐसे नहीं हो सकता. जैसे हुआ वो हुआ. But otherwise, I think we had a good run as a buddy pair.
We did. I just want to add to what Moose said. So we listened to this song when we were traveling, or we'd sing it, back to back, which is a song by Diljit Dosanjh. It's Born to Shine, which has this particular line, which we guys, that kind of sums up, how we try to play the game. Yeah. It goes like, "Hoke jazbati paave haar jaida," right? Yeah. जीते नहीं करके चलाकी. So basically, we can be emotional fools and we can lose, but we won't be, Like we won't cross ourselves or our fundamentals or our morals just to win the game.
Yeah, so on that note, of course, we have to ask you: were you a bit disappointed in Basir as well and the deal that happened?
I'll be honest. मेरा per se कोई disappointment नहीं था because I just felt like it was a smart move to do. But what would have been smarter would be doing that deal the other way around, right? Getting us the immunity and then ensuring that we guys do not vote for Arushi Chawla and Arsh, right? Because for a matter of fact, whatever we have said in the game, or if we have given our word to something or someone, we've stuck to that, right? So I just would have expected definitely Basir to be a lot more smart about this. And end of the day, मेरी एक starting से game में question था that Ashish Bhatia is there and Bhatia is like he's trying to be friends with everyone और सबको अपना दोस्त बता रहा है आप नहीं खेल सकते हो एक game ऐसे, which is what I've been very vocal about. And Basir has been hearing that. Basir has been listening to that. So then why do you not realize that Bhatia has actually already picked up sides? And even when, the last time around when Datta and Tanish got voted out, Bhatia ne clearly एक side pick कर ली थी. So then why did we actually go by his word? So that was the big question mark. I won't really say I was disappointed, but yes, I would have had it the other way around where हमने डील उल्टी करी होती जहां पे हमको इम्यूनिटी मिली होती and then we would have actually stuck to our word. So yeah, that was the only एक छोटी सी वो थी मेरे मन में कि ये क्यों, why, like a big question mark, why.
मैंने ना वुड पे एपिसोड देखा and I was like, oh my god, I was very angry and very vocal about it. तो मेरे ना ये बसीर से बात हुई है. I'll tell you what I was thinking और अभी भी I'm thinking. मेरे दिमाग में ये है कि अब आप करोगे बिग बॉस करते रहते, पर बिग बॉस चाहे आपकी इम्यूनिटी चली जाए, इट डजंट मैटर. बट जब अड़ गए हो आप अड़ गए हो. सो फॉर मी इट वाज मोर लाइक कि बसीर या तो अड़ जाता और कहता कि नहीं मूसा गौरव को ही मिलनी चाहिए चाहे इम्यूनिटी चली जाए. उसमें क्या होता है, वोट्स डिवाइड होते हैं.
Me Moose, you and I would have done that. अगर हमारी इम्यूनिटी भी जारी होती, we would have put that on stake and just like
the other obvious thing was what Gaurav said is that हमें मिल जाता. मतलब वो मैं सोच रही हूँ, I'm just thinking कि when you're in Roadies and you think कि you are the main characters, ठीक है, if Basir and Judge think कि ये लोग मतलब इनको जीतना है Roadies, तो obviously then you have to make the other team listen to you and you have to give the immunity to your people. That's how you make sure that you win the game because you're taking the stride and you're making the choices and you're making the decisions. तो उसमें मेरे को थोड़ा सा लगा कि पीछे कैसे रह गया. अगर हम इसकी जगह तो हम पीछे नहीं रहते, कुछ ना कुछ डिफरेंट होता, या तो हम अड़ जाते, इम्यूनिटी चली जाती, या फिर हम वालों या सो वो मेरे को थोड़ा ऑफ लगा. Because we were there, हमें पता है कि उनको कितना टाइम लगा है, how they have discussed, we've seen everything. So वो थोड़ा ऑफ लगा, but I'm not disappointed in him. Like I get that he's a good friend. I think he was just at the time playing game a bit differently, but everybody is trying to do right by themselves.
Moose, if I may add to what you said, इस बार ना it's a very key important factor that we need to understand is कि ex roadies आए हैं, and जो ex roadies आए हैं उनके बहुत सारे existing relationships हैं क्योंकि 4 लोग एक सीजन से आए हैं, right, which is Bhatia, Datta, Yukti and Sohil. Me and Kavya were from the same season. Basir knows everyone around. Kevin, Sapna, Chawla were from the same season and they also know everyone around. So वो एक बहुत interesting dynamic था. Now the fact remains कि Basir has been saying Bhatia मेरा दोस्त है. मैं भी आपका दोस्त हूँ. मैं गेम आपके साथ actually खेल रहा हूँ. आप दोस्ती कैसे दिखाते हो? साथ में खेल के, right? Basir मुझे अपनी दोस्ती दिखा रहा है. But when it came to Bhatia, तो आप दोस्ती दिखा रहे हो, but where is Bhatia's friendship or where are his loyalties? तो ये we should have understood it since day one. For me, it was very clear. I mean, मैंने मुझसे बात करी, मैंने बसीर से बात करी, but I mean that didn't really change how things went down.
And this season, like you said, Sonu Sood was the only person who wasn't really competition. Like the only person you all could confide in and your mentor as well. So anything you'd like to share about your conversations and your rapport with him?
I just feel like the way I've grown as a person, I just believe in being a better human being because I'm an actor first, I'm an artist first, and you can't be a good artist if you're not a good human being. I mean, this is the simplest it can get. I mean, you can't be good at anything if you can't be a good human being first, right? And my Insta bio also says happy and human, right? I believe in spreading happiness and I believe in being a better person, better human being every single day. And, it was so beautiful, the energy Sonu Sood sir brought on board. right? I could personally relate to it, the way he's helped the entire nation in the past 2 3 years, right? I just don't want to talk about it, that particular aspect. But even on roadies, like you've seen previous seasons, it's a lot about competition. Let's go, we're going to do whatever it takes to win. But this time around, it was different. It was a whole different positive vibe, right? There were a lot of fights happening because there were a lot of strong people there, not just the ex ones, but even the new people were very, very strong. So there were a lot of difference of opinions, but हर चीज को बोलने के ना बहुत सारे तरीके होते हैं. It's upon us, it's upon moves, it's upon everybody individually to choose कि हम किस तरीके से किस बात को जाहिर करते हैं. And I think that is the kind of value add Sonu Sood brought on board this time around. कि हम जो भी कर रहे थे ना, हमको पता है यार धोखे होंगे, सब होंगे, बट हर चीज को एक बहुत अलग और एक अच्छे तरीके से अप्रोच करा जा सकता है. And that is how we can actually make this world a better place, right? So I think that was the biggest value that came on board with Sonu sir, the whole positive. And it's not, I don't want to make it sound like a pseudo positivity thing, but it was genuinely there. मतलब हमें पता है कि हम वहां थे, and we knew कि यार हमारी planning चल रही है, कुछ लड़ाइयाँ हो गई हैं. The moment Sonu Sood sir walks in and he gives us वो दो अपनी बातें बोलते हैं ना, and then आप 2 मिनट लिए चुप हो, and then you're thinking, oh yeah, he's saying the right thing. And I could see a lot of faces there. I mean, I could relate to it immediately, but I could see a lot of faces there कि हाँ यार, हाँ शायद मुझसे गलती हो गई. Okay, let's change this. Let's change the way things are done around here on roadies. So it was that.
And where do we see you guys next? Like, are you all hoping to do more shows or something different that you'll have as of now to do?
I want the show to finish first, I think. Then, because I haven't, मैंने भी नहीं देखा है ना, so much of it I also haven't seen. I don't know how I'm looking or whatever. I want it to finish. I want all the stories to finish because Gaurav, after every episode, like I'm calling to see it, and I'm like, are we still okay? Like I know मैंने बहुत बोल दिया है, whatever. So I want this to finish. With reality, I think I'm done. मैंने Big Boss का format भी देख लिया, बहुत अच्छा था. Roadies का भी देख लिया, format बहुत अच्छा था. Thank you. Don't want to be there again. Because I think it's very, very taxing on the mind. And abhi ke liye, I think I've had enough on my mind. Matlab, then you're thinking, is this the person who I am? Because Big Boss se I have been different in Roadies. So I'm like, मैं ये हूँ कि मैं ये हूँ. कि मैं यहाँ झूठी थी, मैं यहाँ झूठी हूँ. So I think it's a lot to take in. I think for now, I want to sit down and do a lot of writing or working with people. I just want to be basically जो हमारा production करता है ना Roadies है, I want to do that now. अब मैं उस side पे आना चाहती हूँ. So
behind the camera. Like Moose said, I'm not like copy pasting our answer, but I mean I've spoken to the guys to these guys on the journey. I think I'm done with reality shows where a lot of emotional input is required. Because I'm at a good space in my life. I'm happy where I'm at. I'm doing good work, good things, right? So I just don't feel the need to exert myself emotionally like that. Of course, if there's something like a Khatro or something, Khatro Ki Khiladi would love to do it just because of the sheer challenge it brings on board. Or if there's something skill-based, like a dance reality show, right? I'd love to do that because, those kind of shows don't require a lot of emotional quotient, right? I'd love to do that. It's skill, it's learning, it's fun, right? But for now, my focus is going to be 100% cinema. Acting is going to be my priority now. Over the past 2 years, I put a lot of priority. I'm also an entrepreneur. I run my own agency, marketing agency, right? So I was focusing on that. Then this show happened. I was doing my acting work also. But I really, really, really want to start getting into the whole OTT space, work with these bigger platforms that there are, Netflix, Amazon Prime. So that's going to be my direction now on. So मेरे को 6 साल हो गए अब इंडस्ट्री में. But I think up until now, मेरा preparation चल रहा था, and now is when my journey to 70mm is going to start. So watch out.
And finally, any message for your fans, who are going to miss you obviously and are supporting you still?
I think Moose has an army of fans. Oh my God, her fans.
Yeah, I've been checking it on social media. Yes, that's true.
Yeah, so I think
they're just very vocal, guys. They're just very vocal. मैं ये कहना चाहती हूँ कि आई नो कि तुम्हारा मन कर रहा होगा केविन को ऐसे गालियां निकालने का, भाटिया से गालियां निकालने का, ऐसे मत करो. लाइक कीप इट वाइब्स, कीप इट चिल वाइब्स, सब ठीक है. जैसे सोनू सर कहते हैं रास्ता भी लंबा है, which is true. So just enjoy the show, guys. It's a good show, honestly. And the thing is for contestants, all of them are good. Like everybody has something to bring on board. Like even Ash. So Just kidding. That's so
That's
mean.
so
But
mean. That's so mean. I should be so offended.
My sister laughed though. It's funny. No, but I mean कि
Yeah,
उसका भी एक time आएगा जब अर्श मतलब full power में आएगा. So I'm excited to see that on the show. And
Same.
everybody has their moments, so it's a good show. And I'm excited for it to go on. Yeah. मतलब मैं बैठी होती हूँ 6:50 PM मैं बैठी होती हूँ टीवी के सामने and I'm like अब 7 o'clock episode आएगा सब आके बैठ जाओ. So I don't know, I'm really enjoying the show.
और 7:01 पे ठीक इसका मैसेज आता है एपिसोड देखा and I'm like नहीं
Yeah.
So yeah, that's fun. I just want to give out one good message, guys. Be happy, stay good, be a good person. It's just a show. We tried putting on a show. End of the day, this is for entertainment purpose only. बहुत negativity anyway है दुनिया में, so let's just try and approach things a little differently. Enjoy करते हैं, मजे करते हैं, and especially if you follow people like me and Moose, then this is not what we stand for, right? What we stand for is being a better person, or being kinder to people around us and people who are there in the show. So let's just do that, stick to that, and it'll be good.
All right. It was lovely having you guys. And best of luck, of course, for all your future projects. Thank you.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.